I found out some really exciting news late last night that we were going to be getting a 2026 Subaru Outback here at our local retailer at Bachman Subaru to be able to go over all the cool features on this new model. So for those who are unaware, the Subaru Outback 2026 is being totally redesigned and is expected to arrive at Subaru retailers in December 2025. Orders are open up right now, so if you are interested in this car, please feel free to reach out to myself. My name is Alex here at Bachman Subaru, or your local retailer if you live elsewhere. With that out of the way, let's dive into this video. It's jam-packed with tons of cool ins and outs. We're walking around the vehicle, we're talking about what's inside the vehicle, a couple accessories along the way, as well as some hidden Easter eggs. All right guys, you'll have to forgive me because this was totally unexpected. I found out late last night that we were going to have an opportunity to take a look at the 2026 Subaru Outback today. So as many of you know, this is the newest update, a total redesign for the Outback, and I'm really excited to show you guys some of the cool things that I've already noticed so far on this new vehicle. And keep in mind, this is a pre-production car, so everything on this may not be 100% final, but at least gives you an idea of what to expect. I believe this is the magnetite gray metallic, an absolutely beautiful metallic gray, and it's got the 18-inch alloy wheels. I don't know, this is the limited trim. I don't know if the limited is going to have the fully black alloy painted wheels, but that's what this one appears to have. One cool thing I noticed on the cladding, so we've had this plastic cladding for years in this kind of matte finish, and instead of it having a smooth texture, this has a textured material on it, which I think looks kind of cool, and it is probably going to help cut down on any scratches or scuffs that may appear over time on this plastic cladding. Here's a look at the 2026 and the 2025 side by side. A lot of people online have been talking about how much bigger the 2026 looks, but you really have to see it in person because yes, it is slightly taller by like an inch or so, not very much, but in terms of wheelbase and length, they're the exact same. So here, I tried to line these up as perfectly as I could just to show you guys. They are what appears to be virtually the same length. Now, obviously the rear deck lid, the front look different, and with the horizontal elements here, that makes it feel so much wider than it actually is, but they are virtually the same size with the exception of more height in the roof. This new design hood also is flatter and makes that look, it gives the appearance of more width compared to this one that has more contours in it in the older generation. So online, I will agree, it does appear to look bigger, but in person, it actually looks smaller than I expected it to be. Under the hood, we have the standard 2.5 liter naturally aspirated Boxer 4-cylinder engine, and Subaru is celebrating 60 years of the Boxer. So you have this little Easter egg down here since 1966. And I don't know what this says. Maybe this says Boxer engine in Japanese. Those who know Japanese, let me know down below. But that is kind of a cool little Easter egg they're adding. We will also have the optional XT, the turbo, the 2.4 liter turbo engine that we've had in previous generations as well. Another update with the front end design and the headlights. So these have a solid LED beam, which I think makes modern cars look really cool, and full LED headlights, fog lights up front. Now on camera, this may look like the headlights and the lights are flashing, but they are not. It's just the frame rate with the camera. So if you see a little bit of flashing on your side, it's not flashing. It is a static, solid LED headlight beam. Up top, we did get a revised ladder style roof rail system. So this is something that's going to accommodate more weight. So if you do like to go car camping, you want to have your rooftop tent on top, this will accommodate. It has 220-pound dynamic moving weight capacity as well as 800 static. So sitting still, this will hold up to 800 pounds. And something kind of cool they added with this generation is little notches. You'll notice this will help you align your crossbars evenly from side to side so they're not off center. And previously with the Outback, if you were loading things up on your roof rack, you had to use this step here. That can be helpful, but Subaru has added now an available optional accessory for step rails down below the bottom of your vehicle. So that'll make it even easier for those who want to be able to reach things on the roof, whether you have a rooftop tent, your kayaks up there, or a storage box. This is something that will be much easier to access. Here's a look at the rear tailgate. They have redesigned this with new taillights. This rear taillight has a new design, so this strip goes across, the light goes across the back of the tailgate, and this is some sort of like measuring system. I don't exactly know which measuring system yet, but that is something I guess you could use if you are maybe fishing and you want to be able to measure your fish. Speaking of going fishing, let's look at some of the outdoor icons, kind of a little hidden Easter egg down below here. So Subaru has added some little Easter eggs in the rear spoiler. So if you lift the hatch up, you can see these, they're more accessible. And something that I was kind of interested to see, there's a shark on top of this Subaru, so yeah, I guess that's where you would put your shark if you go fishing and catch one. I'm not sure, but it's kind of cool to see these little Easter eggs kind of hidden throughout the car. You also have little measuring systems hidden inside these rear hatch door jambs, showing you kind of measurements for fitting different size dogs in your cargo area, for your crates, as well as in your seating area. So some other cool little elements that you might not notice right away. This one has a power lift gate, but Subaru for 2026 model year did remove the hands-free option. So I've shown you guys that in the past and even in my previous video, but for this new generation, they won't have that. Something really cool they updated with this rear cargo area is the accessory for your cargo cover. So no longer is it this big, bulky, heavy cargo cover. Instead of it's like this cloth material that is washable. It's really cool because it has these little magnetic clips here. So whenever you want to detach it, you can simply take it off, and you can take these hooks and move them to wherever you like based on what you're looking to do. Now this is like a hammock style, so you could have sporting equipment or bags or groceries, things kind of up above. So think about things that you want to keep from getting thrown around the back of the car here. But you also have other configurations you can use this for. So multi-use, you can use it as a partition for your pets. You can also use it as a step cover. So you can use it for draping over the back bumper here for pets to climb into the back without scratching things up. But speaking of scratching your rear bumper up, I don't know if this is gonna be standard or if this is just because it's a pre-production vehicle, but we have the black cladding here instead of that painted material that we've seen in the past. And it is a textured black cladding, so again, cutting down on any potential scuffs or scratches you might see. Something else cool, Subaru has added this embossed lettering across the back of that wide rear bumper. And for those who are interested in getting a rear trailer hitch, something cool Subaru has thought of is that no longer will your technician be required to cut into your rear bumper to install that OEM Subaru trailer hitch. Instead, they will take this plastic piece off here and instead replace it with the trailer hitch panel. And I don't know if this is just me, but the power rear gate motor is also much quieter. We also have totally redesigned seats for additional comfort. These kind of look similar to what the 2024 Crosstrek and our 2025 Forester got, and we have static headrests, so these no longer adjust like the old generation. What do you think, Adam?
A lot more room, a lot more comfortable.
You ready to buy one?
Oh yeah. More room for the kids, more room for the dogs.
This one will be, yeah.
Black headliner.
Oh, the headliner material is much nicer. Less likely to stain. Durable.
You should be in sales.
Market conditions.
I don't know if this headliner is standard, but I really hope it is. This has a cloth-like material. It is black headliner. If you look at the previous generation, most of those came, with the exception of the Wilderness, came with a light gray interior. And you think about it, if you go up here to touch your visor, touch your headliner, it gets dirty very easily. And this instead will hide a lot of that dirt that you might otherwise get on there. So again, I don't know if this is just for the pre-production, but I hope that the black headliner does stay standard on the 26 Outback.
Right now.
You may notice Subaru also updated the cup holder inserts here for all four doors. So you have this carpeted material that will cut down on noise and vibrations that you hear when your water bottles are sitting in there. And this is a 32-ounce water bottle that fits nice and still even has a little bit of extra room. Inside here, we have a lot of interior updates, this larger touchscreen display. We're gonna talk about the climate control here in just a minute because that has been totally updated. I think you guys are really going to be excited about it. But just a few things, like let's look at how quick look how snappy this is. So I know that's been a common concern with the previous gen 2020 through 25 Outback, is some people felt like the touchscreen was a little laggy, and Subaru has done performance updates over time to help with that, but this is a totally revised touchscreen display. It's 12.1 inches, so it is larger horizontally versus vertical, and you can just see how quick it is to get in and out of our different applications. We'll go in here to our Apple CarPlay. It also has standard wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, really easy to use. And if we want to jump back over to our Subaru home screen, this is what it looks like. So nice, large, minimalistic here. You also have a larger reverse camera. So this display is larger than the previous gen, and I believe this has also been updated. So we're going to have better camera quality. And there's just an example of the rear sensor. If somebody's walking behind the car, this particular trim line does have the rear parking sensor and the reverse automatic braking. And then on our center gauge cluster, so this is fully digital now. So our Forester Hybrid got the digital gauge cluster. This now has it on the 2026 Subaru Outback. I'm really excited about this because you can reconfigure this to your liking. So with this button here, you just tap it and it will change the center gauge cluster. So you can change this to map view or regular view or your Subaru's eyesight view when you're using your adaptive cruise control. Also, Subaru finally updated our trip reset. So it used to be buried back here. People oftentimes didn't know where it was at. And instead, now you have the trip reset button here that will toggle between trip A, trip B easily on your left side of your steering wheel. And then on the right side, no longer, if you want to access your X mode quickly on the fly, you're in snow, you're on hilly or bumpy terrain, you want to turn on your additional snow dirt settings, you can simply do it just by tapping this button. You'll notice X mode will turn on. That works with your traction control to help limit slippage whenever you are driving in those all-terrain situations. Previously, you had to do it through the touchscreen display. So this is a really nice, welcoming update, I think, for the 26 Outback. And then we also finally have our physical climate controls returning. This one has the dual climate adjustments where you can link up driver and passenger or independently control it. You have fan speed controls, all this very tactical, easy to use without taking your eyes off the road. If you don't like using your auto start stop, which is that engine shut off feature when you come to complete stops, you can use this on off button here. No longer is it in the touchscreen. It does default on still, but it is something you can quickly turn off. Also with auto vehicle hold, that's that feature that is really helpful in stop and go traffic. It holds your brake at a complete stop so you can relax, let your foot off the brake temporarily until traffic proceeds. You can turn that on and off very quickly here. Again, that used to be in the touchscreen display. Now we have a physical button for it. I also really like the redesign of our storage area for our phone here. So I've talked about this in length in the past that I felt like the Outback was limited by the space you could have items here. So now you can fit a phone very easily. This is an iPhone Pro Max, so a large phone. You can fit it here and charge it. You have to flip it over to charge it just like this. There's a wireless charging pad available. This is optional. I don't think it's going to be standard on all trims, but you have a power switch where you can turn it on and off if you don't want to use that wireless charging pad. You also have your USB-A, USB-C inputs here where you can add charging cables. So if you have somebody maybe using wireless charger, but you want to plug your phone in and store it over here, it fits nicely in this little cubby, and then you can plug it in just like that. And you have these cable clips in here to help route those wires and keep them from kind of going all over the place. This is kind of a longer cable, so probably not the best example, but you get the idea. The cup holders are now vertically positioned instead of horizontally positioned, which I think makes a lot more sense, because something that I have found a minor annoyance in my current 2023 Outback is that with the cup holders here, I'll have a cup here and a cup there, and sometimes like when I'm driving or going in or out of gear, it kind of interferes with those larger water bottles. And just like our new Crosstreks, our new Foresters got updates here, the Outback also got updates with the sound quality. Now, ultimately we'll be able to do a road test to really hear this, but the insulation in this, you just have to sit in it for yourself to experience it. I believe these front windows now are insulated. I believe that's what I was told. And we have resin covers on the inside of the doors to help with cutting down on unwanted noise. I hope you all are just as excited about this 2026 model year Outback as I am. There's a lot of really cool things that I'm excited about, and I'm potentially thinking about trading my Outback in to get this new model because I really do enjoy it. I haven't had an opportunity to drive it just yet. That will be coming here very soon, and we're going to have our first ones arriving in December. So just in a couple short months, we will have our first ones here. Orders are open right now, so if you are interested in a 2026 Subaru Outback, feel free to contact myself here at Bachman Subaru in Louisville, Kentucky, or your local retailer if you live elsewhere. I hope you all enjoyed this surprise kind of impromptu video. This was kind of off the cuff, so hopefully you found some value in it. If you did, please remember to click the like button before you leave. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one.